All right. Welcome back to my 70 something subscribers. That to me is mind blown, by the way. I haven't made a video in months and I apologize, but hey, here I am. I'm back with the new structure of videos. I'm trying to knock them out in succession. Generally, I'm going to be talking about 5 or 10 records you should know from said genre. And today's video, as you already know from the title, will be about easy listening. And for me, I may be wrong in this, but for me, I think of easy listening music as anything that has soothing sounds, ambient music. It doesn't have to have strictly that, but anything that's pleasing to the ear, that's subtle and soothing. Something you can just chill out to, So with that being said, these are my 10. Let's get into it. First up, Many Rooms. There Is a Presence Here. And if you've seen my vinyl collection, which I'm pretty sure most of you have if you're watching this, you're probably going to see a lot of these records again, which is fine. The main reason I'm doing this is because I feel like there's a lot of records that really need to be talked about more. And so here we are. This is Many Rooms. There Is a Presence Here, her second project, and this one's pretty dope. I try to compare it to her first project, but it's kind of hard for me because the first project is the one that put me onto her. But this is definitely a super easy listen. I would say more so than her first one, which is coming up soon. But this is a dope one. It's chill. I think it only has like maybe less than 10 songs or somewhere around there. Each song is like easygoing, a lot of acoustics. She's a dope female vocalist. If you like anything like that in that realm, check her out. And a lot of these artists will be indie. That's not intentional. I just tend to gravitate to that, I guess. Next up is Nils Fromm and Olafur Arnalds, Trans Friends. I've talked about this one before. This is a classical record that is improvised between these two gentlemen. Two of my favorite composers. 2 of my 5 favorite composers, I should say. And the songs are just timestamps. Let me see if I can get that in there without blinding you. Probably not. But the songs are timestamps, and whatever the time was when they finished the song, that's the song title that it got. So with that being said, they would just play off each other. One person would start something and then the next person would just join in, and you can really hear that off of track 1, which is 2017, which ironically is my favorite one off the project. It's really dope. You can just hear them interplaying. I think it's pretty unique. I mean, to me at least, I have not come across much projects where people have done things like that. So I thought it was a nice take on that. And I love the inserts in here. Some very nice inserts, very creative shots. And if you're like me, I love anything that has like bonus features, like even if it's like stickers, posters, whatever, I'm all about that. Next up, Sarah Alice Ott, The Chopin Project. Oh, and this is also with Olafur Arnalds. How could I forget? And this one, I feel like it's self-explanatory, man. If you like classical music, period. If you like vast instrumentation, a lot of woodwinds and whatnot, definitely up your alley. Obviously, if you like piano, definitely give it a listen. But once again, Olafur, I feel like he's probably going to be one of my favorite composers. I probably would give him that title. I don't really like picking favorites because it's pretty hard for me to choose. Music is very mood dependent. But yeah, he's definitely probably earned that spot. This is probably my second favorite project of his in terms of collaborations because he has quite a few. But yeah, check that out. Next up, this is just like a little bonus. I wasn't gonna throw this in the mix because this is such a weird record, and it's by Shugo Tokumaru, and it's called Night Piece. When I first described this record in my vinyl collection, I was completely wrong in terms of speaking about, what it sounds like. It's very much in that easy listening realm. It may not be for everyone, which is why I was hesitant to put it on, but at the same time, that's kind of why I'm making these videos, because I get a lot of comments and people talking about my taste in music, so I felt the need to just try to put people on to some things that they may have not heard, for the people that are open to it at least. And next up, but not least, Many Rooms. Once again, this is her debut project. It's an EP. It's hard to see on there because it's just all black. But this one is called Hollow Body. And I want to say I found this a number of years ago, but since I found it, I've been listening to this pretty heavily, I would say. Like, it hasn't been not played for like more than like a month, but like other than that, it goes back into rotation pretty easily. Very short, very short project. If you're anything like me, I feel like that's a plus. I feel like if you make something that's great and it's short, then it just wants me wanting more. It leaves me wanting more, I should say, versus you having a long, drawn-out project and a bunch of misses on there. So yeah, this is definitely a sweet project. My favorite would have to be, that's tough. My favorite would be Hollow Body, which is the self-titled project, which is the third track, followed by the last track. This is definitely in that easy listening realm. Although the first song can be a bit loud and everything, but I don't know. She's a dope female vocalist. If you like anything like that, once again, check her out, man. Super dope. And plus, she's not known. I feel like she definitely needs more recognition. But yeah, a lot can be said about all these indie artists. Cigarettes After Sex is next. I feel like a lot of people already know this album because this album is pretty popular, and for good reason. It's short, it's sweet, it has everything I like about it. Nice lyrics. This is the perfect thing, as I said in the prior video, to just wind down to or to chill with someone with. It definitely has that vibe, that like cadence. I definitely think like side A is the stronger side. Not to say that side B is bad by any means, but side A is just like, it's fire. It's definitely fire. Up to, I say, tracks 1 through like 4 or 5, just can't skip. And if you skip, I'm judging you. Next up, we got Segura Rose. I have them coming up once again as well. Pretty big on this band. This is their untitled record, parentheses. This one has like all the song titles are untitled. It's just untitled 1, 2, 3, so on and so forth. This, I felt a little weird about putting this in easy listening for the simple fact that if you know Segura Rose and their music, they can be very angelic and very, ambient filled with their music, but at the same time, they can be very loud, very chaotic, and very progressive, which I love, but at the same time, it may not fit the cadence of this video. And I only mention that because there's a few tracks on here that are just like nice piano ballads that are just very, very pleasing to the ear. But then there's also some other grandiose tracks that are like very long and have like a few climaxes and are very just loud, blow your speakers out in your face. So yeah, I'm throwing them in there anyway. I feel like they deserve it. Segura Rose. And next up is Bon Iver, Blood Bank. I love this. I love this album. This album is so sweet. And if you notice, once again, I do apologize if the light is too bright. But if you notice, I have a pattern. If you have a project that is short and sweet, it really hits home for me. Like I said before, I feel like having a short project does more good than bad. And generally, I gravitate to a lot of EPs, and this is definitely one of them. But yeah, Blood Bank. I have an extremely fond tie to 2 other songs. Blood Bank being one of them, and the other one being Beach Baby. Right, yeah, second song. It's only 4 tracks long, so you can put it on and finish it in like 20 minutes. But yeah, super dope. Blood Bank is like one of my all-time favorite songs. I listen to those 2 in tandem all the time. I can't listen to one song without listening to another song, and I noticed that about a few tracks of his, but also I noticed that about Segura Rose as well. But yeah, check this out. Blood Bank is an amazing song. Tell me what you think. Next up is a bit of a special one. This is Thomas James White. This is by a fellow YouTuber I've been following for a few years, and he decided to make music, and at some point he decided to put his music out for the first time in the physical form. And yeah, his project is called Her. He has a second one out now. I think it's called like the Deep Blue or something like that, but I haven't gotten around to buying that. But I can talk about this one, and this one is dope. I'm glad I supported him. It felt good to just support somebody who you've been watching for years. And yes, he is also part of the reason why I listen to people like Nils Fromm and Olafur Arnalds and Johan Johansson and, you know, like just numerous composers. And he also makes music like that. So, you know, like the neoclassical or somewhat classical ambient field music. He's definitely in that realm. And Her is a great project. It's not too short, but I actually like that about it. I could just put it on and just chill, study, paint, do whatever. Dope project. Check it out. Thomas James White. And last but not least, Segura Rose. Probably, let me not say my favorite, but one of my favorites out of this bunch. But it is my favorite Segura Rose project. I have to say that. And this is called Valtari or Valtari. I'm not really sure how you say that. But I love this cover. The light over here is so bright. I apologize. So it's hard to tell, but it's like a tiny, tiny ship. Anyway, the music matches this somber tone of the cover. I got put onto this a few years ago, and I can't talk enough about this project. Like I said before, if you know Segura Rose music, very much teeter the line of like soft piano filled music and angelic vibes with the voice, but at the same time there can be tracks like, I think track number 3 on here, 3 or 4, I think it's called Varou, Varou or something like that, and that track is mind-blowing. It's definitely chaotic, definitely long, and just a masterpiece of just sounds. And it's not gonna be for everybody. I have to preface that. So, you know, if people are gonna go listen to this, you will find that there are some tracks on here that very much fit that easy listening vibe to a T. I'm looking at mainly the finale track and probably like the few that come before that one, but definitely the finale track, which I believe is called 4 Pianos in English, and it's super, super, super dope. I cannot speak about this album enough, but if you are in that realm of music, once again, last but not least, Segura Rose, Valtari. Yeah, that's it. Thank you for tuning in. I know I spent 7-8 months not making a video or something like that, but I got a few coming out. I'm gonna knock these out in succession. You're gonna see me wearing the same thing, so no hate in the comments. And other than that, check out my other stuff and subscribe and drink water. Be easy.